Hello everyone, my name is Pratiksha and welcome back to my channel. So today is the day 7 of our Linux Free Bootcamp. In today's session we will be covering the RHCSA exam and their important instruction. So before start, I want to clear that I think in the previous section the documentation is not clear. So for your reference, you can visit my GitHub account. In that you can click on your repositories. And in that repository, I have created the Linux Free Bootcamp repository. You can visit here, and this session I have covered. So all the documentation I have uploaded in that repository. You can go through it. In the day 5, you can see here in the permission documentation I have uploaded here. You can go through, and in the day 6. The special permission documentation I have uploaded here. If you are not able to see the documentation in the video, then you can go through this GitHub account in the Linux Free Bootcamp repository, and if you want to download this documentation, you can for my repository, and for any future update of this Linux Free Bootcamp repository, you can start repository. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support to our Linux Free Bootcamp. So let's start the today's session, that is RHCSA exam. And also for the RHCSA exam, you can see the documentation in the day 7 folder. I have already uploaded here the important instructions that you must know. You can see here that we will cover today. Okay. So the RHCSA full form is Red Hat Certified System Administrator. So this exam is designed to access your Linux knowledge and your practical skills. So what is a Red Hat? So Red Hat is a global company. It offers the global certification, which is highly regarded in the IT industry. So the exam code for the RHCSA exam is the, you can see, EX200, and it's mandatory to solve this scenario based question. So in the RHCSA exam you will see the scenario based questions, means the practical. They do not have the any MCQ, so you have to solve every question practically on your virtual machine. So there are 3 ways to take your RHCSA exam. So let me write here. First is the testing center. So you can take your exam at designated testing center. For example, the location will be Pune, Aurangabad, Jaipur, etc. Which location you want, you can take it. And the second is remote exam. Means you can take your exam at your home. So for the remote exam, you need additional requirements, including mouse, and you require 2 cameras, one for the monitoring you and one for the monitor your room, and you have this stable Wi-Fi connection, and also you need the 8 GB pen drive. Why we require that pen drive? Because to boot your Red Hat exam environment, so that's why. And third is the proctored exam. So what's the proctor exam? So using the proctor exam, you can give the RHCSA exam at your college also. So for that you need at least 50 candidates are available to give that exam. So if the 15 candidates are not available, then you can't choose this option, that is proctored exam. You require the 15 candidates are available, then Red Hat will conduct the exam in the proctored environment, and their proctor will come and will take your exam. So these are the 3 ways to give your RHCSA exam. I preferred to give the testing center. I have also on the RHCSA certification, and also I have choose the testing center. So the exam consists of 24 questions. Okay, and the timing is 3 hours. And during the exam you can take 2 breaks for a 10 minute. Okay, let me write here, 2 breaks for 10 minutes. So you can take 2 breaks after every hour, and you are allowed to give the 2 attempts to your exam. Means if you are failed in the first attempt, then you can also give the second attempt. Let me write here, give 2 attempts. And if you are caught cheating during the exam, then you will be blacklisted for the 5 years. So, and for the identification, you need to carry the Aadhaar card and PAN card. So you require these 2 things to verify. And you can also carry the photo, 2 photos, and so that's it. And the exam is monitored by the virtual proctor. So it will be available on the right side of the screen. So let me show you. So I am opening another file. So for example, you can see here is a laptop or a computer. In the right side, here is a proctor which will monitor you. Okay, let me write here. Okay, proctor. So they will send you instruction through the messages. Here you can see the chat box. Through the chat box they will send you the instructions, and to verify your identity using the external camera. You can see here also have the camera. You can see here is one camera, and here is your computer camera. And this external camera is used for to checking your room and verify also your Aadhaar card, and they will also check your hands to ensure that no cheating. Okay, so this is very important. And your phone must be switched off during the exam that you have registered for your RHCSA exam. That must be switched off. If proctor suspects any cheating, so they may contact you via the phone number. So your phone number should be switched off, so that you have provided during the registration. So if your phone number is not switched off, then they will disqualify you from taking your exam. So must remember it. And the exam score is out of 300. Let me write here. exam score is of the 300 and the passing score is 210, and you will receive your results within an hour via your mail. So it's very easy. So I hope you all understood. And before your exam starts, you need to log in your system, okay, and enter your RHL ID. So what is RHL ID? When you registered for the RHCSA exam, then that time you will receive the RHL ID. You have to remember that RHL ID and that exam code, that is EX200, because that you need to enter when you start your exam. And if your exam is scheduled for the 11 AM, you must log in at least before the 15 or 20 minutes before the start time. And when you start your exam, then that time you will also need to complete your Google form with the simple questions. So this form does not affect your exam score. So there will be yes no questions. There you will have to write your phone number to verify, so etc. So that will be not impact on your exam. So before the exam you have to fill this Google form, and once the exam begins you will see the Red Hat operating system interface. Okay, let me show you. Open the virtual machine. You can see power on this virtual machine. Wait for some time. Okay, see here, once the exam begins you will see that Red Hat interface like that. Okay, and in the activities you can see here the Firefox, terminal, etc. In the exam you will see here have the virtual machine. In the virtual machine, in the VM view you can see the node 1 and node 2, and here you can see the paper, and also here is a terminal. You don't require the terminal during the RHCSA exam. You have to work on the VM view on that node 1 and the node 2. So must remember it. And so you can open your paper in the hub of the screen, and in the hub of screen you can open your node 1 machine to solve the questions practically. And when you open your paper, in the starting there will be the important instructions such as the root, that is ID, and the password to accessing your node 1. So many of the people don't read the instructions, so they can't able to log in to their machine. So must remember, read your instructions carefully, and must remember that ID and password to log in your node 1 machine. And for node 2 you will need to crack the root password for the node 2 machine. So don't worry about that. I will also cover the upcoming session, that is how to recover or how to crack the root password. So it will be helpful for your RHCSA exam. So firstly we will cover the node 1 machine, which questions will be asked. So see here, in the computer in the left side you can see here is a terminal. Let me write here. Okay, you can see here is a terminal. You can see in the VM view and paper. So you don't require the terminal. So in the VM view, you can see here is a node 1. When you click on the VM view, you can see the node 1 and node 2. So when you want to open the node 1, so there are the options like start VM, reboot VM, or the console access. So firstly, click on the console access and then start the VM. So once your virtual machine is up and running, then you will see the CLI mode. So you can see here, this is not the CLI mode, this is the graphical user interface. So now we have not available the CLI mode, but in exam firstly you will see the CLI mode. So at this point, login using provided username and password in the CLI mode, and after login you have to enter the startx. Okay, let me write here startx command. So when you enter the startx command, that will switch to the CLI mode to the graphical user interface. So it will be easy to solve your RHCSA exam. Instead of the CLI mode, you can use the graphical user interface. So for that, you have to enter the startx. Okay. So by following these steps and understanding of the exam format and rules, you will be well prepared to take the RHCSA exam and earn your RHCSA certification. So before going to your exam, you must follow these instructions. These are very important. Many of the people don't know. So you can also go through the GitHub account, and in the Day-7 folder you can see the important instructions that were covered. You can see here the exam code is required, that is EX200, and the total marks is 300 and passing marks is 210, and the attempts you can do the exam in the 2 attempts, and the exam duration is 3 hours, and you can also take 2 breaks during the exam. And for the identification, you require the Aadhaar card and the PAN card, and also your registered phone is switch off. And for the exam details, you will require the RHL ID and the exam code. Okay, and you can see here the exam environment. Ensure you are in a quiet and well lit room with no distractions. You should not have any external devices or notes with you during the exam. And prohibited actions, that is, do not cheat or engage in any practice during the exam. So any unauthorized access or use of the materials will lead to the disqualification. Then you will be blacklisted for the 5 years. So, and in the technical issues, in case of any technical difficulties during the exam, report immediately to your support team. And submission was there once the exam time is over, make sure to submit your answers. Late arrivals. Arriving late may lead to the loss of the time and can affect your ability to complete the exam. So other important details, that is, ensure your internet connection is stable. So follow all the instruction on the exam platform so carefully. And see here, when you start your exam, you can see here the chat box. Here proctor will contact you. So first, when you start, send hi to that proctor. Then after that, they will instruct you to start your exam. And also, if you when you want to take break during the exam, you can also message to that proctor using that chat box that I want to take break. Then they will give you permit to take break for the 10 minutes. So I hope this is a crystal clear, and also I hope these important instructions and guidelines will help you to give that RHCSA exam. And in the next session, we will also cover the important questions that will be asked in the RHCSA exam. I will completely cover the 24 questions because I have already given the RHCSA exam and on the RHCSA certification, so I know what exams and what pattern will be asked. So I will be covering the RHCSA question in the next session. So I hope you like it, and I hope this is crystal clear. So to stay updated with the future lessons of the RHCSA or the Linux Free Bootcamp, please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Have a great day.